In under 2 minutes, the leader of the Conservative Party, Kemi Badenoch, proves to us all right here in this clip that she is scared to discuss illegal immigration on live TV. Let me explain more using amateur linguistic analysis. Hey up everyone and welcome to Political Nerds. I'm Steph the Alter Nerd, your nerdy political guide from Washington DC to Westminster and beyond. In today's video, I'm going to use amateur armchair linguistic analysis to show that in under 2 minutes, Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the Conservative Party here in the UK, is scared to discuss illegal immigration on TV. In my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Now, do your own research, come to your own conclusions. And as a disclaimer, I am not inciting hatred to anyone or a particular group, religion, etc. So let's jump into this with this clip right here. Let's start.
All right. On immigration, you've made a really interesting point, which is that numbers matter, but integration matters more.
Yes, culture matters more, yes.
So first off, right there, she's sanitizing her language straight away. She says culture, but doesn't clarify which culture. For me, she should say, yeah, British culture matters more, yes. But stop short in saying that, as this indicates to me she's still holding on to this leftist and, as far as I'm concerned, very destructive view of multiculturalism.
Yeah. When you talk about this, who are you talking about, and why would integration be more difficult for some rather than others?
Trevor, you've asked me this question before, I remember. And
I didn't get an answer then, so I'm asking you again.
Actually, you got a very, very clear answer.
Interesting interaction right there, because Kemi is defensive right off the bat. Why? Okay, so we asked the question before. So what? Answer it again. Now, what she said is also, for me, a way to demean the interviewer, to make her look more superior. She's like, no, you've asked me this question before. Remember? Actually, you got a very, very clear answer. To me, that's code for interviewer. Look how stupid you are repeating your question. I gave you a clear answer, but you're so stupid you didn't get it the first time, so I'm going to have to repeat myself again, aren't I? Now, she emphasises this by repeating the word very. As in, actually, you got a very, very clear answer. That's what she says. This shows her attempt to emphasise the point she's trying to make here and indicating that this point is very significant.
And one of the things that I don't think we have been doing in this country properly is having a proper immigration strategy. And many people assume that it's just something that government does. It has to go well beyond government. All of society has to do it. And that's what used to happen when we had immigration in much smaller, much more manageable numbers.
Again, there is going to be a theme in this video. Can you guys catch what it is? So here, Kemi, for me, is sanitizing her language. She states that we do not have a proper immigration strategy. But guess what? We do. We've got the legal route that functions as a proper immigration strategy. The strategy that's missing is dealing with the illegal immigration. So she should really turn around and say, and one of the things that I don't think we've been doing in this country properly is having a proper strategy to curb and stop illegal immigration. Did you also notice that she don't actually give a clear answer, because what she says afterwards to me makes no sense? She, to me, tries to make out that it's not the government's responsibility to deal with immigration, that it's all our responsibility. And for me, I'm like, what the freaking deuce is this? This is, for me, a weird kind of deflection that Kemi is trying to make. Now, for me, is she trying to confuse the interviewer and the audience? Or is she just confused within herself? I'm not too sure.
And the numbers that we have seen over the last few decades mean that we are getting people having separate and insular communities.
They Think about what she's saying here. She's essentially blaming the amount coming in, the amount of immigration, illegal and legal, coming in, as the reason why these immigrants, or illegal immigrants and or asylum seekers, are living in separate and insular communities. Again, another example here of sanitisation. Doesn't matter on the number. It's their choice. They're choosing not to integrate into British culture and abide by British law in some instances. That's the gist of it here. Not the amount that's coming in. Come on.
The most extreme example of this is what we saw with the rape gangs.
Now, I think you might be starting to get the gist of, the whole theme of this particular video. So I'm going to sound like a parrot a lot at this stage. But here's another example of Kemi sanitising her language. She mentions the term rape gangs. But let's be clear here. The correct terms she should be using are either child rape gangs or child grooming gangs to accurately convey and describe what these gangs are actually doing. And to whom?
Where people who've been coming to this country from the 60s, from a particular region and sub-community in Pakistan, get here, stay insular, not interested in integration, and then you start seeing very, very toxic, I would say evil habits propagating, and no one doing anything about it.
Okay, here we go again. Sanitising of the language. Seems that this is Kemi's preferred option when she's speaking. Because it's not people, okay? It's either immigrants and or illegal immigrants or asylum seekers. She continues sanitising her language, saying the people come from a particular region, but then recovers when she says one of the elephants in the room, getting specific, saying some communities in Pakistan. You'll also notice she repeated the word very here. In this instance where she says very, very toxic evil habits. She's echoing what a lot of Brits are feeling and thinking about this situation. Here she's indicating that she's listening and acknowledging the feelings and thoughts of many Brits about this. However, it's quite a manipulative move, as she did state right at the beginning that culture matters, but didn't state that British culture matters. Also, why is she discussing what happened with immigration back in the 60s? It was a total different world back then. The issue is what is happening with immigration, both legal and illegal, right now in 2025. And this, for me, is, another kind of weird deflection from Kemi, which to me makes no freaking sense. She's playing into the interviewer's hands here when he said originally that she didn't provide a clear answer when he originally asked her this question.
Because they're separate.
Huh? So she's blaming no one doing anything about this whole immigration issue because of this separation between these immigrant stroke illegal immigrants stroke asylum seekers and the British culture. Again, this is sanitising language. She should say, because they refuse to integrate. Again, it's all about choice as to whether they want to integrate or not. It's down to them, nothing else.
We have to make sure that we have a dominant culture in our country and the people who move here want to help make the UK a better place.
Again, she doesn't specify which culture needs to be the dominant one in the UK. Further examples of a sanitising a language, she should say, we have to make sure our British culture is a dominant culture in our country. She also sanitises the language further, saying the people who move here. But she doesn't say, and the immigrants who move here who want to help the UK be a better place. Now, overall, I've always said in these videos, it's important to catch what these politicians say, but just as important to catch what they don't say. And here, Kemi doesn't mirror the interviewer's question as she refuses to say the word immigrants, illegal immigrants, and asylum seekers. Now, she does mention immigration twice, but only within its functional context when describing the process of immigrants, illegal immigrants, asylum seekers coming into this country. It's as if she's scared to describe these people for what they actually are. Now, if this is the case, then why is she scared to say immigrants, illegal immigrants, and asylum seekers? And yes, she mentions the word immigration within its functional context twice, but does not mention the term illegal immigration. In this sense, for me, why is she also then scared to discuss immigration within the context of it being illegal? Now, if you have the leader of the opposition failing to accurately discuss illegal immigration and the child grooming gangs by not using the correct and accurate terminology for each issue, then for me, she's scared to tackle the issues head on. And this indicates that she's not an effective opposition leader at all, especially when, by my count, she sanitizes her language at least 9 freaking times. So there you have it, guys. In my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, proof in under 2 minutes that the leader of the opposition, the leader of the Conservative Party, Kemi Badenoch, is scared to discuss and tackle immigration. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course, there's going to be more, you do not want to miss my next video, then do make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here at Political Nerds. Like, share, comment down below, what did you notice when I played this clip? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate all your faces. Until the next time, you guys, laters.